On the 7th of March 2025, a lady by the name of Pamela Mabini was shot and killed outside her home in the Eastern Cape. She was a community activist and a whistleblower, very instrumental in the arrest of Timothy Omotoso. It has been like 8 years since Timothy Omotoso was arrested. The trial has been going up and down, and finally today it was D-Day, the day where we know the judgment of that case. After the judgment, almost all South Africans were shocked at the results. Well, maybe not the followers of Omotoso, because they were praying that this man can finally go out and they can celebrate, more like the second coming of their pastor. Let us listen to the judgment on the case of Timothy Omotoso.
Especially so as the accused evidence was not placed in dispute through proper cross-examination. When deciding whether the state has proved its case beyond reasonable doubt, this matter falls into the category where, in my view, the explanations of the accused are improbable, and I don't subjectively believe them. However, due to the uncertainty of the actions of the state and the lack of proper cross-examination, I cannot find that the accused version are so improbable that they cannot reasonably possibly be true. The accused bore no onus to convince the court of their innocence. I am of the view, in the light of all the circumstances of the case, that the state has not proved its case beyond reasonable doubt.
Yes! Why, please?
The accused are found not guilty and are discharged on all the charges. The court will adjourn.
All right.
Omotoso is finally free of all charges because the NPA could not prove that this man is guilty beyond reasonable doubt. So since they couldn't do that, it was only fair for him to be let go of. He's out, but the victims are really crying because they hope that whatever charges that were brought against this man were finally going to be the reason he's locked up forever. But today they are crying because that man would be spending his first night outside of jail.
Of not just my life, but all of the witnesses involved. We took it upon ourselves to go through a humiliating process, to have our dignity stripped from us in public, to be called names, and have lies and all sorts of fabrications spread about us online when we're walking down the street. Our lives have never been the same after coming out about this. And one has to wonder, so this is what the last 8 years of our lives has come down to. The main concern wasn't even the knowing of what he did to us. It's knowing that he's not going to stop. He's going to continue doing this to other women and other girls. And that's what we wanted to stop. That's what we wanted to prevent. To say it ends with us and it's not going to go any further. But he's not going to stop. It's in his nature. And I feel that this is kind of enabling to him. I think things may only get worse from here. Definitely going to be more pompous and believe that this is an act of God. And it's not. I think we're all familiar with the fact that evil prevails in this world. And it's really unfortunate. I feel that we have been failed. I think I speak on behalf of all the other girls when I say we put our lives on the line. We did everything we possibly could. And we gave it our all. When we spoke the truth. And I am so grateful to everyone who has contributed to this case. But we didn't study law, and even we could ask questions. Why? Why did you have minors in your house? Why wasn't your wife and your children in the house with the girls? Why were you flying women in and out of the country? Why was it just girls? Why weren't you training the boys as well? So yeah, that's.
I really don't want to spend too much time on the judgment because the police did their work. The victim came forward, they spoke about their experiences. The NPA, they couldn't prove that beyond reasonable doubt, my man, you are guilty. So, NPA, you are at fault. You should have made sure that this man is locked up. All charges against him would be the reason he's locked up forever. But today, you didn't do your job. And also, the story of Pamela. She was always in court. Each and every day, the proceedings, she was there. She gets killed like Babita Diokaran because whistleblowers are never protected. If you stand up for the right thing, you are going to be killed. So rest in peace to Pamela. It is very unfortunate because Timothy Omotoso has been released and you got killed. One thing we know, there's something that you knew. They wanted to silence you. It cannot just happen that someone is killed without any cause, without any reason. But we really need to stand up and point at the government. I mean, the President Cyril Ramaphosa issued a statement really passing his condolences to the Mabini family, as if it makes any difference. I mean, you are the president. We have been seeing this gender-based violence. We have been seeing this thing of whistleblowers getting killed. The problem that we have in South Africa is crime. We are still hurt by the pain of the little Kwekwe. Now here we have another one. As if we haven't had enough, now we have a problem of Timothy Omotoso released. The foreigner Timothy Omotoso has been released. The foreign pastor, we need to call it for what it is, because at the end of the day, if we keep quiet, it is never going to work. The foreign pastor Omotoso has been released. Now, there is a case against Bushiri. Rest assured, that man doesn't have to go and hide. Come to South Africa and face your problems. You are going to be acquitted. Each and every powerful person in the country is like they are buying their rights. They are buying their freedom. If you are poor, I'm sorry to tell you that if you get arrested, just steal a panado or whatever that you steal, an avocado, you are going to be locked up for 5 years. But if you have money, kill a person, you are not going to jail.